I'm just here to fuck thick Latinas and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. I would really say that.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 159 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
On the other end is...
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
On the other end is... And we are...
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Today's a good day, fellas. It's just a good day.
A good day.
Why is that? What do you got?
I'm not just quoting Ice Cube. Does it have to be a special event to be a good day? No. We're alive, we're breathing.
Yeah, you made it seem like there
Right?
was something in particular.
I know. No, this week is a good week though. So I'm gonna make it in to see John Wick 4. I gotta see that.
Ooh.
Yep.
I've caught up with some movies this past weekend. Saw Avatar, saw Creed 3. Mario comes out this week, even though we have some conversation to have about that a little later. It's just been a good week for releases. So
You said you watched Avatar?
I've been enjoying. I did watch Avatar, yeah.
Creed 3
it was
and
good.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Did you watch
Avatar 2
all in one
was
shot?
really good. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Saw it all in one shot. Normally I break them up, and not this time around.
Nice.
I did not watch the first one to get ready for it. I'm just jumping in. I remember the gist of it.
Don't need.
I'm not doing all that. So, but it was actually really good. Like Johnny and I had a little, in the group chat, we had a conversation. It was just like, I can't believe all of that. Like none of it is real. And yeah, it's just a dope world. The underwater scenes were amazing, way better than fucking Aquaman. And
It's not hard.
Yeah. No Tig Notaro in sight. It was good.
No Tig Notaro. I mean, I guess it's all right if there's no Tig.
Yeah.
They
they
really
can't all be blockbusters.
Exactly. No, I said it when I first saw it, but I'll just repeat how like it's bananas that we live in a world that can create stuff like that. That is just unimaginable to the movie creating audience of even 30 years ago. The directors of that time, like George Lucas maybe envisioned and Steven Spielberg envisioned that these types of things could happen one day. But I don't know, maybe even going back to maybe you got to go back to the 50s to think of, directors that were like, yeah, one day movies will be cooler. And gosh, we got color now, but I mean, it ain't like, it's just bananas that they're literally just building entire worlds and they're just walking on a soundstage and there's none of that exists around them. All of the the wood grain and the shadows and the lighting and as I mentioned in the group text, it really looks better at home. Maybe it's just because of the TV I was watching it on, where it has really great contrast and black levels. I just felt, and I saw it. I did see it in IMAX. So I was gonna say I saw it in Dolby, but no, I saw it in IMAX. But still, great black levels on the TV that I was watching it on, and it just looked. I was just floored once again, and it didn't have that weird the first Avatar. I don't know if you remember it or even saw it in Dave's case.
I did. I know. I saw it.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but rewatching it, because my girl really likes it, so I've seen it, a couple of times in passing. on Disney Plus. Sometimes like you'll look at the characters and you're like, oh, you could totally tell that's like CGI, and like obviously it's 12, 15 years ago.
Right.
But there's parts where like the characters don't necessarily look like they're in the same room together or they're on the same place, or especially in the scenes when they're with the humans. But they totally knocked that out of the park in this one. I thought even in those interactive scenes where you see humans and avatars, they all look legit, and it's mind-blowing to me. And the story is fine. Like it's a good story. I think it's better than the first movie. They actually built upon all of that. I mean, some of it is the same, to defeat the sky people and whatnot. But yeah, it was really good.
Imagine if you could
just to
show that to like go back and show like somebody from the 1920s.
Right.
Like it just and fucking blow their goddamn mind.
Blow their mind. And be like, this is the movie. And those are actual people acting in those roles, even though they don't look like people.
Right.
But those are real actors.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy how they do it too. The way that like the green screen, everything is just on like nothing looks anything remotely close to what we're watching, and the actors just have to trust that that they're gonna make this into something. And
right,
it's so odd to see people doing it.
The video of Benedict Cumberbatch as the where he's like doing the CGI for the dragon in whatever movie that was. That I just remember that scene of him just like going super hard, dude, and like you got to feel like the biggest asshole just like rolling around on a mat like that, just like making dragon noises and huffing and puffing and shit, bro. But it was sick. He's Benny Cumberbatch.
Yeah, he's dedicated
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Impressive.
But yeah, no, I saw that. I saw Creed 3. That was good. Just been good, week for movies for me. Catching up on some stuff I hadn't seen, and like I said, I got some time tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna watch some John Wick and just catch up there because I keep hearing great things about it. So I gotta see that.
That's what's up.
I'm slacking.
Yeah.
I gotta get my ass to the theater this weekend.
Dave, I heard you said that you felt your first earthquake.
Oh yeah, dude, sure did. Like, and I was trying to nap too. Like, I was just trying to just chill out a little bit before we recorded. And I was just, I was laying down. All of a sudden, I felt the shaking start, and it wasn't like violent. Like shit wasn't falling over or anything like that. I think it was like a 4.6. They said so, not too crazy, but I mean enough where like a lighter fell over and Cliff kind of popped his little dog head up and looked over like, "Are we good?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, we're good. Just go back to sleep." And it stopped after a couple seconds, and I got a text from
4.5.
Ash. Yeah, how that goes that's out of 10, right? The Richter scale.
No, I think it's 8.
Oh,
is
damn.
The high end.
Okay.
8 or 8.5 might be on the high end. I don't think maybe it is out of 10, but I don't think we've ever experienced a 10.
I hope not. I don't want fucking experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was
4.5 is not a. It's not like an everyday.
Nah, hopefully not. Because 4.6 was, I felt it enough where like it wasn't like, because even back in New York, they'd say, oh, there was an earthquake down in central New York today, and it was a 3 point something, and nobody feels shit. And this earthquake was like, I want to say 50 miles south of San Jose, where I am, and it was still enough where I could actually be like, oh shit, that was a motherfucking earthquake. And yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as crazy. Like I said, everything was good, but I got a text from Ash like almost right after, because at Apple they always let you, like, if an earthquake happens, they let you go to your phone and text your people, make sure they're good, make sure everyone's good, all that sort of thing. And I wasn't exactly sure, like I was about to go on Twitter and like start searching for like earthquake San Jose, and she texted me. She was like, "Yeah, that was an earthquake. You good?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. We're good, chilling." And then I did see it. It was trending on Twitter. That's how I found a bunch of different tweets saying the magnitude of it. So yeah, not too bad. Hopefully that's as bad as it gets. That's crazy. I don't want to fall off into the ocean or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be horrible. Yeah, if you feel a very strong one and start seeing ash fall from the sky.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I need the Rock and a
I
chopper.
pray for you, my friend.
Come and save my ass.
Word. He's not coming for you, man.
Nah.
You're not a pretty lady.
Yeah, that's it. Or his daughter. It's either hot chicks or his kids. That's all the people he's fucking saving.
That's
I don't have
it.
a shot.
You're neither. You're none of them.
Nope. Not even close.
All right, so time for questions.
Get it.
Let's do it.
Question.
All right, first question. I'm going to need a little graphical help from my man Johnny. He's going to post up a little something for us. We're going to pick blue pill, red pill. You got your bunch of classics in there. I'll start off on the blue pill side. You got to choose, side A, side B. We got Martin, The Proud Family, Smart Guy, Everybody Hates Chris, Family Matters, and Bernie Mac. So that's a strong side. Okay.
Okay.
Red side, starting good with the Fresh Prince. You got your Boondocks in there. Keenan and Kel, I fucked with that. Jamie Foxx, fucked with that too. That's So Raven, not so much. I know Raven does her thing though, so it's cool. And lastly, on the red side, the Wayans Brothers show, which I do fuck with, and I fucked with ever since it was on, WB back in the day. Like, that was my shit. And I still catch, they play reruns of that shit on, like, BET sometimes, I think.
Right.
So which side are we going with?
Man, like...
Oh, man, I got to keep this up because I got to keep staring at it.
Yeah, it's tough because a majority, like, I want to say blue pill because I like a majority of the stuff that's on there.
Yeah. Even Smart Guy.
but-
I fucked with Smart Guy. That show was good.
And then on the red pill, the only thing I really, like, give a fuck about is Fresh Prince, Jamie Foxx, and Wayans Brothers. Like, those are the three that I give a fuck about. I'm not going back to watch Keenan and Kel. I'm not watching Boondocks.
Nah.
Definitely not.
That's So Raven.
Like, fuck.
I know. It's divisive.
Yeah. Damn, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna have to go with the red pill. I'm gonna take the red pill.
Damn, that's wild, son. I'm going blue pill.
Oh,
I'm going.
My man Walk fucks with Will.
And Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
He's a
You
big
just
Uncle Phil
outlined
guy.
every reason why you didn't want to go the red pill and still didn't.
Nah, because if I really think about it, right?
I respect that.
If I really think about it, like Martin, I still don't go back. I love Martin. It has its classic shows. I really don't go back to pretty much anything on the left-hand side. And when they stick out, I'm like, oh, loved it. Like, loved Family Matters. Growing up, would I go back to that? No, probably not. Everybody Hates Chris. Loved it. Would I go back? Probably not. And that's kind of what I was rating it as.
That's fair.
Bernie Mac show and Martin are probably the two that I would go back to and watch. But on the right, I would definitely go back.
Right now.
I would definitely go back to Fresh Prince. Definitely go back to Jamie Foxx and Wayans Brothers. Like, those are three solid ones that I could stream, watch, like, as background shit. And, like, every time I catch something, I'm just gonna be glued to the TV and I'll watch that shit till the end of time. So that's why I'm going with red.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back. I don't think I would honestly go back to any of these shows necessarily. But, like, if I were flipping channels and, one channel had Family Matters and one channel had Fresh Prince, I'm going Family Matters.
Oh, you're tripping.
Nah.
Ooh.
Nah.
Yeah, you're tripping on that.
That was the jump off.
Family
That
That was
Matters.
is
the
very
TGIF jump off. So.
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah, extremely. No, I feel you. Your choice is your choice, but Family Matters didn't.
I'm not
age
black and I'm not rich, so I really like Fresh Prince. It doesn't really do a whole lot.
Oh,
for me.
So you have to be black and rich in order to enjoy.
I feel like you vibe with it more if you lived in Bel Air, for sure.
So Fresh Prince's target audience was the black folks of Bel Air.
I think so. Yeah, that's an accurate assumption, Johnny.
Fair.
Nah, I fuck with it. I'd miss the Wayans brothers more than any of those shows, honestly.
That's a tough one. Oh yeah, Bernie Mac is on Hulu. I might have to pick that up.
See, I think Giants going blue pill.
I don't know. Fresh Prince is obviously,
it's goated.
Huge. It's goated. I fuck with Boondocks a lot. I think there was tons of dope, good episodes. Keenan and Kel never. Jamie Foxx show. So a lot of these shows I have rewatched recently. Having the newborn, we had to just find stuff to when she was especially young. We would just throw things on streaming and just let it play, straight throughout the night, overnight, and beyond, because she would wake up throughout the night, and we need something to keep us entertained, and also like to wake up and keep an eye on her and have some sort of light in the room without having a light. So Jamie Foxx show I've watched recently, Wayans Brothers I've watched recently, Family Matters I've watched recently, Martin I've watched recently, Fresh Prince I've watched recently.
Damn.
Like almost all episodes of all of those shows. Jamie Foxx, I thought I loved it more than I ended up actually liking it as I was watching it again, in a repeat. I thought it was better like when I first seen it. Or I don't think I ever actually watched it like live, like as it aired at 9:30 on a Tuesday or whatever. Right. But on the, the WB or what was the other one? UPN.
UPN, yeah.
I definitely would catch those reruns, and I thought it was funnier. Not that it's not funny, but it just wasn't as entertaining. Wayans Brothers, clutch. Boondocks, clutch. Fresh Prince, good, but definitely I would say towards the last few seasons, it was a little ridiculous. Family Matters, really good.
Please,
but
towards the end, that shit was ridiculous as fuck.
But towards the end, it was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, especially basically once they introduced Urkel, it just kind of went downhill. Never cared for a Proud Family, never cared for Smart Guy. Everybody Hates Chris. I remember watching the first time, but I need to rewatch. Martin, my fucking wife, loves this show. I didn't even realize.
Damn.
And rewatching it, lot of funny episodes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a lot of those episodes as they aired. And rewatching, I'm like, oh shit, I remember watching that. Oh man, there's a lot of good fucking episodes in this show. This is really tough.
Good characters too in Martin. I love the, when he's like the little dwarf that he plays with like the runny nose and shit, like the booger. Oh man.
Yeah. The little neighbor kid.
Yeah, dude.
He did. I didn't realize almost every episode he plays at least two characters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I
that was the hardest decision
that he was doing that.
Because Martin is the shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Did we get an answer? Did we get an answer, Johnny, or are we still
Bernie Mac? I wish I remember loving it. No, I haven't given an answer yet because I'm still undecided.
He's going through the history of every show in this list.
I knew the director's assistant for this show.
Well, when I was 18, this one day, I watched this episode of this show, and it was.
I got head while watching this other episode of this show.
I'm gonna have to go red pill
Damn.
for Fresh Prince and Wayans Brothers and the Boondocks.
No more Martin for you.
Nice.
No more Shanae.
No more
No
Shanae.
more Shanae.
No more Shanae. From the sound of it, that's his wife's problem, not his.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And also, like, is this also under the same rules where, like, if these shows don't exist, then the later careers that developed from them don't exist?
Nah, we
don't
won't-
have to-
I
we don't
won't
have to
do
get that crazy
No,
into
yeah,
it.
Everyone, Martin will still be making movies. It's all
I'm still
good.
going red pill.
We already broke it down long enough. We don't have to start stipulating that shit.
No. I'm still going red pill.
All right. 2 reds and a blue. Fuck y'all.
Don't be mad because we chose the better side.
Did you though?
We did.
Take the red pill.
I've never even seen an episode of Proud Family.
Nah, I haven't either. But the other ones I fuck with, all of those, at
Yeah.
some point in my life.
That's so fucking Raven. All right, what else you got?
All right. Let's see.
You can take that graphic down now, Johnny.
Word.
Oh, yeah. Good call. I'm just still staring at it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think your most annoying trait is?
Ooh. My most annoying trait is the fact that I know everything. Jeez.
Well,
I don't think
Fair.
that's true.
In my head it is.
so the fact that
That's
you
all that
think you know
matters.
everything.
Okay. I could see that.
My most annoying trait is going to be a toss up between my effervescent late and tardiness versus my and this goes to my actual probably most annoying trait, my indecisiveness.
Yeah.
Can't make a fucking decision, not even on this damn question.
That's true. You always take the
Yeah.
longest, really think it through. But is that a bad thing to slow down and take your time and really think things through? I feel like my problem
It's
is
not
the
a
opposite.
bad thing in the outcome. It's annoying for the people that have to deal with me listening to me work my way through the answers.
Yeah, no, I think mine is
Like the audience.
impatient or impulsive, kind of two different things. But yeah, if I want something, I don't want to wait.
Just do it.
Yeah, I need it done. If I ask for something, I need it done.
That tracks.
Yeah, I don't have any patience for slow walkers. If you're fucking walking slow as fuck in front of me, I want to bash the back of your head in. Like I got nowhere to go. I just I want to get there fast. I want to get nowhere very quickly, and I don't want you to be slowing my ass down. Or, impulsive buys. Like, oh yeah, I think I need that. I think that looks good. I'm not going to think this through. I'm just going to make a very impulsive purchase. And that was how I got my first MacBook in like 2008. I got a shitload of money back from like student loans and shit. And I just walked into the Apple store with like $2,000. And I was just like, yep, I'm going to get, today's the day I get a motherfucking MacBook. And I took that bitch home and flexed it all over the MCC campus. It was a good semester. That was the white one, the white polycarbonate, the fucking gross ass.
Yeah,
colors
I was joking when I said that I knew everything, but it's
We know.
I think impulsiveness is probably I do a lot of that, and but depending on who you ask, because like if you ask my family, it's the fact that if I'm doing something, like if I finally get to focus on something, because it's hard for me to focus. So if I actually focus on something and I get interrupted, I get annoyed as fuck. Like I can't, and apparently when I'm annoyed, it shows in my fucking face that I am annoyed. And then I gotta just eat it. You know what I mean? Just like, but yeah, I'm very impulsive on, that's how I got all the bullshit before, Johnny, when we used to camp out for fucking sneakers and fucking iPhones and all kind of dumb shit. That was all impulsiveness.
Needed it.
Because I shouldn't have bought any of that shit.
No, I shouldn't have bought that MacBook. But fuck it. We impulsive ass motherfuckers.
Word.
It bees like that.
Word.
Fucking A. All right, good. I like that. A little self-reflection. That's never a bad thing there. Nah. All right, fellas. Last one. If extra lives, like in Mario, the green mushrooms, were a thing in the real world, how would you get them? And would you live differently knowing that you had an extra life in your pocket? So, like, I thought originally, like, when I read this question, my plan of attack, basically, and I'll go first just because that was my question and I've been thinking about it a little bit.
Sure.
I don't think, like, I wouldn't become reckless. I wouldn't start street racing. Like, I would live my life exactly the same. But if it came to a point where, oh, yeah, Dave, you have, a terminal illness, or I was in a car accident, I'd be like, boom, pull out my fucking, I don't know, I'm pulling, like, it's a thing that you hold. I don't know if it actually is, but, like, I would know as I'm laying in this car wreck, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I got an extra life. I'm going to cash that bitch in right now, and we'll move on with our shit. And that's pretty much how it would work. Like I said, I wouldn't become like a Formula One driver or a motorcycle racer or anything crazy like that. I wouldn't go out looking for fights and shit. That would actually make my life a whole lot easier if I knew that, hey, if you fuck up, something fucked up happens out of your control. Like the video with that car flipping, the tire, that motherfucking tire coming off that shit, and that shit, boom, done. Like, you could easily have died in an instant without even knowing what the fuck happened there. But if you had a fucking one-up or a spare life, who gives a fuck, right? I would be the chillest motherfucking dude ever. Be like, yo, why doesn't Dave give a fuck about anything? Like, he used to be mad anxious and shit. Nah, he's got another life, son. So if something pops off, he's good. You get shot somewhere in public, you're good. Ain't shit.
Yeah, I think if I had an extra life in my pocket, I'd probably just take more chances with certain shit. Just that's it. Just
like what?
I don't know. Like, just I might do something more impulsive when it comes to like, I have a fear of heights and shit. Maybe that would allow me to just kind of test that a little bit more, or you know what I mean? Like,
go skydiving?
Roller coasters.
Would you go skydiving if you had a spare
I'd
life?
probably do some shit like that,
That'd be a wild walk. Wild walk.
Bro, when I had lost all the weight and shit, I felt so good that I actually wanted to skydive. I wanted to overcome that fear of just like heights and shit like that. And I still don't like the motion of roller coasters and shit, but I wanted to do that more. But yeah, and I would just want to, I don't know, I would just take more risk. Because I have that extra life in my pocket, and I know it's there.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
It's good, bro.
That is fair.
Look who's here. All right, so my brother Danny just walked in, he's joining us on the podcast for the remainder of the show.
Fellas?
Danny boy, what's up?
What up?
Thanks for showing up, bro.
Of course.
Yeah. He has to show up every time.
Facts.
And I told these motherfuckers they better start coming back to the Rock more often, especially Dave.
I just left that bitch, son. I ain't gonna be back
I
for
know,
at least a year,
I
son.
had to fuck with you.
You got at least 6 months.
So it's
left.
embarrassing if I show up too soon. They're like, yo, you just left, dog. What the fuck you doing back here?
The increments of me coming back is way less. I mean, more further apart now, though, like as the years go by.
True.
So,
Yeah, he don't want to come
true.
back. Yeah. All right, so Johnny, what's your answer to the question?
So the part of the question, I don't know if you answered this, was how do you acquire?
Yeah, we haven't touched on that yet. We've really been focusing on the.
So
the
I mean, what would I live my life differently? No, I think I'm on the Dave side where I mean, maybe I'll tread the line between Walk and Dave, where maybe I'll do a few things like similar to Walk. I have a fear of less a fear of heights, more of a fear of extreme heights, or like I like to say, a fear of falling.
Yeah.
And so, like, because I don't mind going up to tall places, I just don't like getting close to the edge, or like being on like really tall ladders without someone that I know that's like, you know, bracing it and holding me down. So I would do those types of things more, you know, haphazardly and not be so extra, you know, cautious. But for the most part, I think I would just kind of like keep it in my back pocket in case some random shit happens, and then I'd be like, whoop, cashing it in.
Cashing it in.
Guess what? But yeah, no, the whole idea is pretty interesting. I think how I would acquire. So is it acquire or how like it would be?
I think in general, the way I took the question was like, how would one come about these? Would it be a lottery system?
I like the idea of winning it in a poker tournament.
Ooh, a poker act like specifically a poker tournament. You have to.
I don't know why.
World Series
I'm
of
not
poker.
good at any other card names or anything. I'm decent enough in poker that, you know, if I can keep entering the tournament over and over, and then you get the star, right, in Super Mario terms at the end.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I was
mean,
thinking,
I'd have to go the OG way and acquire it by winning a fucking go-kart tournament.
Ooh, yeah, that's dope. I thought when you said OG, you were gonna say like 4, 5, 6 dice.
I've never been good at that. I've never been good at it. Yeah.
I was thinking like a battle royale, like a Hunger Games style fight for it.
This motherfucker's
Games.
ready to
Right.
learn how to use a fucking bow and shit.
Right.
Katniss and shit. Hell yeah, get my Katniss on. Fuck, dude, that'd be tight. Cause like you got to fight, like you're gonna die on your way to get this life. Like, is it worth fighting for to try and win and snag that life? That's a whole nother. That's
kind of crazy. You
Yeah.
could die trying to get an extra life. That's pretty ambitious. Start writing the script.
or a lottery. It could be the Mega Millions instead of $800 million. I mean, that's priceless. Another life. I can't even imagine what that lotto would fucking pull in, bro. That'd be sick.
Give me the $1 billion, the Mega Millions. I don't need an extra life if I'm broke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There would need to be like a limit of amount of tickets you could buy. Like, because then you've got the billionaires out here just, extra life? Like, I'll spend $20 billion on lottery tickets for an extra life.
Facts.
Yeah. That shit, that doesn't increase their odds. At least they like to make us think that. Bro, you have an answer for this? Like, how would you use your extra life?
If I died, I'd use it then.
Well, yeah, but
Word.
if
That's
you
what's
knew
up.
that you have it in your pocket,
How would you live if
wouldn't-
you had an extra life?
right?
I don't know.
Would that change your way of living?
I want to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna be reckless and I'm just gonna go crazy in GTA and all that, but I'm not.
Right.
I like what Johnny was saying. I'll just keep it in my back pocket, and if I need to use it, I need to use it. Like, yeah.
Something happens.
Yeah.
Something
I'm
happens
not gonna
randomly.
flex it. I'm not gonna flex that I have an extra life or nothing like that. Ever.
Be out in the streets like, what's up?
Yeah.
If I had 2 extra lives though,
Oh, I might
Oh,
flex.
man.
I'm going
Yeah.
on a
That's a little-
GTA run, a 6-star GTA run. Tanks coming after me. It's gonna get wild, and then I just
until
pop
you
back.
find out that you dying doesn't
I don't get a
doesn't
life.
clear off
Hey,
everything you
You
just
just
did.
come back in the same spot.
I spawn at the police station after a fucking
Right.
fuck.
That would suck.
Yeah. It's like you die, and then you just wake back up because you had an extra life. Like,
Nah, it's gotta be like GTA. Wake up outside the hospital.
Yeah, all your guns are gone. All your cash is gone.
Yeah, you just broke.
You got to steal someone's whip and bounce the fuck out of there.
oh shit. All right, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Good questions, guys. Good questions.
good.
I like
That'd be
this.
good.
This
It's interesting.
was a good time.
That all you had?
That's all we got, baby.
All right.
You know what it's time for. News clips.
All right. Well, for some reason I thought like that was gonna take longer because the introduction of Danny, but didn't take long at all. So here we are, news clips. All right. Let's see. What is there to talk about? Nothing big happened today at all.
No.
Let's see. Let's instead of talking about that, we can talk about. I thought this was interesting, just because Elon Musk is a weird dude. So apparently, earlier when he first announced he was going to take over Twitter, somebody had challenged him to change the take over Twitter and then change the logo of Twitter to a Doge, a Shiba Inu, right? The logo
The
of
Dogecoin,
Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And today he fucking just did it for no fucking reason. I don't know if it's legit, like he's really changing the logo of Twitter, or he's just like trolling people for a day because that's like a thing that you do on Twitter also. And he's such a like weird Twitter dude. And on top of that, doing that makes you like kind of suspicious because obviously Dogecoin is a real thing that has a value, and you change the logo of Twitter to the dog, and the price of Dogecoin increases more than 30%.
Damn.
I'm almost thinking about just. I mean, I bought like $25 in Dogecoin, but I'm like, I'm just gonna sell this shit because I think it was worth like $2 last week.
There you go.
It might be worth like $10 now.
It goes up to 500,000 next week, and you're like, fuck.
Right, exactly.
That would suck.
I just went to Twitter.
But that's the thing.
Too, and there was a little dog
And
face.
it's a little fucking dog in the top left corner, right?
That's crazy.
Is it on the apps too? 'Cause I never-
The app icon hasn't changed that I've noticed. At least my app hasn't updated.
Yeah, mine too.
I seen people were asking
Yeah.
like, are they still gonna be called tweets, or are they gonna be called barks now, or like what the fuck is going on? And again, like, is this a forever thing, or is just like Elon's just a fucking crazy dude?
You're just
He's
when
the
you're just
wildest
a
CEO.
rich, smart dude, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, he basically lives like he has a free life. Like, he just doesn't care, does what he wants. I mean, he gets hate from all directions. Like, if you think about if we get hate on one of our IC posts, it's not the end of the world, but we want to talk shit. We want to he cannot literally address all the people that are constantly talking shit to this man all the time from every direction, bro. I can't imagine how stressful that has to be. Like, even if you can ignore it, even if you can brush it off, which if Wok owned Twitter, would be in some shit right now because he'd be responding to every motherfucker that's popping shit on that goddamn feed, taking up all his motherfucking time. Like, I give Elon props for doing what he's doing, and I feel like Twitter has gotten better since he's taken it over. As a previous user who was getting bombarded with porn bots and nonsense all the time, like I feel like it's a lot less, honestly, and I still have a good time on Twitter, so props for that. But the Dogecoin doggy is adorable, and I think he's just fucking around. It'll probably go back in a couple days. That's
why I think he's just fucking around. He's always fucking around.
Exactly.
On
He's
Twitter,
He's one of the biggest trolls ever, do, which is even funnier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, like you said, every time he tweets, I want to say it's average 4,000 replies per tweet.
Easily.
Even if he replies to his own tweets or it's like a thread, for each one of his tweets, there's about a good 3,000 to 5,000 replies.
That's crazy activity that I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah. He had to have already been one of the most active people on the platform. So it only kind of made sense for him to cop it, but I would slightly disagree with you as far as the Twitter experience being better since he bought it, in my experience.
Yeah.
Because everyone is different on Twitter. That's kind of what makes it a thing.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that the porn bots are less. If anything, I think I've gotten more.
Really?
Especially well, maybe they're not bot accounts. Who the hell knows?
Maybe they're really just sexy MILFs that want to fuck Johnny.
It could be a shit ton of MILFs. But when they all say the same thing, especially the Spanish ones, I've gotten a lot more recently where I see the same exact line that's like, estoy madurita, ¿quién se anima a cogerme? Which basically, translation, I'm mature enough now. Who's live enough to fuck me?
Do you respond to that? You're like, me?
No, I mean, you know me. I love reading all the replies of the thirsty ass dudes that are just like, yes, me, yo sí, mándame un teléfono. Just, this is ridiculous. A lot of thirsty dudes on Twitter. It's the thirstiest people in the world.
¿Cuándo vienes a Rochester, Nueva York?
But also, like, I've had a lot of like weird shit happen on Twitter. Just like, tweets not loading, trying to reply to shit, and it's like, oh, can't make, I'll try to reply and it'll be like, can't post this now, and then I have to do it again. And you're not engaged with this group as much as I'm sure I am on one of my accounts, but on the political side, I've gotten way more right-wing shit. Like, I specifically had a push notification from Donald Trump Jr. like 3 or 4 days ago. Like, a notification that Donald Trump Jr. posted some shit. Like, why the fuck is Twitter sending me this notification? I don't give two shits what this little boy has to say. But they want the engagement. I don't get a lot of shit like that from Abultra, and even prior to his ownership, I didn't get a bunch of like liberals, like random liberal, like high class liberals or whatever, like the way he is on the right side. I didn't get people on the left doing the same thing. So it's not like, I don't think it's like, oh, we're just evening the scales or anything. It's just they're just straight up pushing Republican agenda on me, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to fucking hear this shit.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
Unless they know that they think I'm gonna comment and increase engagement across the platform.
That algorithm, it don't lie.
Yeah, Twitter's lost half its value apparently since he's bought it.
I did see that. I always feel like that value was inflated to begin with.
Probably. But
that sucks.
Yeah.
44 billion.
If I owned a social media network, trust me, I'm not responding to everybody's shit.
Good. We'd never see you.
You don't think?
Nah.
Yeah.
I do that now because I'm trying to grow our page. Other than that, I would probably just
True that.
Just turn that shit off and not respond or do anything. Mm-hmm. Have someone else manage that shit.
There you go.
That's
what
the
I
move. It boggles me today why Elon still manages his own account, but it is what it is.
He loves it.
He does. All right. Anyways, all right. So yeah, fuck Elon. I mean, he's cool. He's fine. I really don't have too much shit against him, but
that's harsh.
Fuck Twitter.
There you go. That's better.
What's that?
I was trying to ask, like, why do so many people actually hate Elon so much?
I mean,
because he's rich and they're not.
It's Tony Stark.
That's true.
I think there's a lot of people that definitely just hate because hate is easy. There's other people that are upset about his kind of nonchalantness to a lot of things that they care deeply about, and he doesn't. There's people that don't like, you know, he gets away with certain things, like when he was calling that dude in the whole, like, what was it, like the Indonesian tunnel mines or whatever, that dude that was trying to help, and he called him a pedophile.
Oh, that's
that
right.
ended up
That's
being
right.
fake.
Yeah.
There's people that hate on the fact that he says a lot of shit that he truly, I think he truly believes will happen, but it's just like, that's not happening. He promises a lot of things that are just not going to happen, and are not going to, you know, be to fruition. And then there's a lot of people that are literally just upset that the way he's treated Twitter, about his whole like approach to freedom of speech, has allowed more, according to them, more hate speech and more right-wing speech, I would say, really.
Yeah.
That would probably be, I think, from what I've seen, the majority of the reason why people are hating on Elon lately.
All right. Yeah, I just wondered, because I'm like, a lot of people just are openly talking mega shit about Elon Musk all the time, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I really like the guy. I don't dislike the guy. He hasn't said anything that pissed me off too much.
Yeah.
That's kind of exactly where I am.
Yeah, and he makes a decent car. So, what are you gonna do?
All right.
Yeah, I'm definitely not mad at that.
But then again, I'm still a Joe Rogan fan, so it's like, whatever.
Fair, yeah. It's probably equal amounts of hate and support on both of those.
Yeah.
Fuck, we do this a lot, but quick side tangent on the Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah.
Have you the new comedy club that he opened up? We haven't talked about it at all on the show. I've been hearing like a lot of positive shit from comedians.
Same.
So,
but I don't know much of the details about it. I know that they get paid really well, and they're apparently allowed to say whatever the fuck they want.
Pretty
But
much.
that's
So
about
that was one of the things I think I was talking to. I was probably talking to you. I was talking to somebody about it, but the media, because it's Joe Rogan, went straight in on the fact that he's starting this club and they're doing a cancel culture tour. Like everybody who's canceled is allowed here, and like that was the headline. Right. And really, all he really did was he opened up a club in where he lives in Texas. I think it's Nashville.
Austin.
It's Austin, yeah. So he opens up the club in Austin because he moved from LA, and that's where everything was. A lot of comedians followed him to Austin. Yeah. So they're starting that whole comedy culture there. Yeah. And obviously he's frequented clubs and shit. But yeah, that's the biggest thing, honestly, is the fact that he is he's just allowing anyone to book a spot, and he's not letting society dictate whether or not he's gonna let someone on that stage.
And I kind of fuck with that. I'm kind of like, especially in comic culture, it's like it's up to you to win the crowd. Right. You know what I mean? If you bomb because you suck. If people don't want to see you, they won't pay to see you. Right. If people are going to travel across the country to watch somebody that's, I don't know, I guess the worst thing you could say now is a Nazi, right? Mm-hmm. If people want to do it, well, fuck it. That's what people want to do. I guess there's a little bit, now you're like platforming a Nazi, and not only platforming, but you're making money on like alcohol sales and food sales.
Yeah. You're taxing Nazism at that point.
Yeah. That's part of the free market.
It's a slippery slope, my friend.
But that's free market. That's capitalism. That's the place we live. They call it America, I think. But other than that, you know, I don't really give two fucks.
No.
No, it seemed like it was a really good idea for him to open it. He was I was
People
just
don't like
listening
it, it'll fail, right?
Yeah, I was just listening to an episode where he had Bert Kreischer on, and they were talking about that whole thing, and they were talking pretty much like how dope it was, how he created that atmosphere in there, and the amount of comics that just followed him over, that it feels it. And he was talking about a few comics that, you know, they're just kind of slow to move on, but they're slowly going to start moving towards there. And it just sounds like a dope ass idea. He's worked at a shit ton of those comedy stores, you know, or comedy clubs. He knows, you know, when people are being shady, and he talked about a few instances where, you know, the promoters or the owners would try to jerk him out of money. And how everyone has that same experience. So, you know, he's obviously created something where he knows what these comics are worth, and people are enjoying it. And then the people of fucking Austin get fucking dope ass fucking shows every single, you know, every time they open those doors. They have top tier comics coming through. So there's really I don't see any downside other than, he might have like Roseanne on the show, and, you know, some people will have a problem with that. As long as she doesn't go, like you said, she doesn't go on a full on Nazi tirade, while she's up there.
Grab her crotch.
Right. All kind of craziness, then it is what it is. They just have a stage to, you know, to perform at, and that's it.
Right.
Dope.
Word.
Yeah, I'm okay with it for now. You know, like I said, if people don't fuck with it, it'll fail. It is what it is. Speaking of Nazis, though, we didn't get to touch on this, but we like to talk about this because usually it bumps our numbers. We forgot to mention that Kanye West thought that you know, Jewish people are cool because he saw 21 Jump Street, and Jonah Hill was in it, and he's Jewish, so Jews are cool again.
Kanye's a clown.
Yeah, I mean,
Most random
someone please invent the fucking time machine, and you know, and get a copy of 21 Jump Street to, you know, to
Show
Adolf Hitler,
Yeah.
ASAP before he takes over. It causes all kind of chaos, because we needed that. We needed that a long time ago.
Of all the Jews, it was Jonah Hill.
Of all the Jews in all the movies.
Wasn't some rabbi somewhere that sat down and had a chat with him about the Jewish people and all that? It was Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street with his blonde Eminem hair.
He's all thin. It doesn't even look like Jonah Hill in that movie.
Yep.
Word.
Not even a 40-year-old virgin that had like 3 or 4 Jews in that movie.
He at least had the Jewfro in that movie.
What's wrong with Adam Sandler? Why isn't Adam Sandler good enough to convert him?
He never saw 8 Crazy Nights, apparently.
Apparently not.
Because that shit was fire. That changed my whole life, son.
Oh man, he's just such a weird dude, man.
Yeah, don't let him watch Wolf of Wall Street.
Jonah Hill did a whole no comment thing on it. People obviously asked him about it, and he hasn't said anything, at least that I've seen.
What the fuck would he say?
Right.
I would just talk shit, bro.
It?
If he came out and he said, yo, Locke changed my view on Puerto Rican people. He's the man. Like, you got to say something, I feel like. Like, what? I don't understand. Even if it's just like, I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about. He's just like, nah, he's shutting it down. He's like, nope, I don't care. I'm not saying nothing. It's between me and Kanye.
I would have
because he fucks with that college dropout. That's why.
I would have no idea what to fucking respond to that. Like, oh, if you really fuck with Puerto Rican people, head over to the Bronx and, you know. Like, who knows? Who the fuck knows? And he probably does hate Puerto Rican people. Fuck Kanye.
Who knows? Anyways, lots of stories and side tangents and stuff, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure we had some sort of comment to our boy Ye that we like to bring up every now and then on the show because he be doing some wild shit. There's another guy we like to bring up every now and then on the show. It's official. It happened today. I don't know that it means anything, but your boy Donald J. Trump
Donnie
is now he's officially charged. Historical figure. He's always been historical in many different ways, but officially indicted in the state of New York. CEO, reality television host, casino magnate, beauty pageant owner, former president of the United States, and now
All around dickhead.
Absolutely. Pretty sure we can agree on that.
Yeah,
There was a tweet that I saw that said pretty much Home Alone 2-star Donald Trump indicted. It was the picture of him in the lobby talking to fucking Kevin, dude. It was so fucking stupid. I loved it.
Yep.
That's always.
I love that.
That's. I mean, is he gonna see any fucking jail time? Like,
No,
what's the
he's not
point?
going to see any jail
I don't
time.
think
Come on.
even if he was convicted, I don't think he would see jail time. Like I think honestly if everything was the way we like really wanted and he got convicted and they were sentencing him and he got sentenced to jail time, whoever's the fucking president at the time would pardon him. Like that's just, there's no way that you're going to let him go to jail over fucking
Using campaign
34
money.
counts of business bribe bullshit. Like it's white collar crime, man.
Yeah.
Like at most people do like 12 months in a Fed prison. That's, you know, not no max, right? There's a golf course. Like he would never, but it's, yeah, I don't think it's, I don't even think he's going to get convicted of this, honestly.
It's just fun.
If they could just convict
It's fun.
him
Agree.
and get him into a prison just until the elections are over.
It doesn't matter.
You can run for president from prison. I read that.
He would get the fucking votes if he
would.
if he was in
Exactly.
prison.
He would.
Probably would. Yeah, he definitely would.
I was telling this to somebody this week. I was like, this motherfucker could get convicted and go to jail and still run and still win and then pardon himself and get the fuck out of prison.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Imagine giving a
That'd be
State of the
wild.
Union
It would be
address.
gangster as hell.
State of the Union address from lockdown over the phone.
From San Quentin.
Pelican
No, in this
Bay.
case, from Rikers.
Oh yeah, Rikers.
Does anybody know why the fuck Kid Rock was wearing a MAGA hat and decided to shoot up a bunch of cans of fucking Bud Light?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did see
I
that.
do know this. So apparently, and it took me a little while because I didn't recognize who the fuck this person was, but apparently Bud Light on Trans Activist Awareness Day, I probably said that wrong. I have no idea what the name of the day is, but the Trans Awareness Day, I think it is what it's called.
They put Bud Light
partnered
inside
with
of the Bud cans because they identify
some
as
trans
Bud.
activists, and yeah, they put a trans activist's image on their can.
Interesting.
So Kid Rock was imagining he was shooting trans people. Is that what the Bud Light represented?
Oof.
Because that's what it feels like.
Yes.
And, I mean, we knew Kid Rock was a piece of shit, but this sort of really solidifies it in the whole spectrum of things. 'Cause we knew he was a right-wing dickhead, but yeah, he looks old, he looks beat, and it seemed like he just wanted likes and attention. And Maybe it's time to do something else.
I mean, he's pretty popular in the MAGA crowd.
Oh, yeah, no, that tracks 100%. NASCAR, Kid Rock, MAGA, it all goes hand in hand for sure.
Shitty music. It's all just one big melting pot of shit.
Ball with a ball.
Ball with a ball.
That was a rap song.
Ball with the Ball. I remember that being on BET and shit like that when I first.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was on BET.
So I called him a culture vulture.
He is a culture vulture at that point. I do not remember that being on BET. Fuck.
It was. Shit was on BET
Wow.
back in the day. He
Well,
came
he
out
used
straight
to-
hip hop.
He used to always say that he was a big fan of hip
He
hop.
was from Detroit. So
And now all of a sudden he's a fucking He switched over to singing like
Country, redneck.
soft
Country,
rock,
yeah.
and country and all this shit. And then his true nature.
When the money stops
Exactly.
coming in, you got to do what you can to get it flowing again. And he's just been.
And to protect it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because all those right-wing policies are typically about preventing giving more money to the government and keeping more money in my pockets.
Right.
And it usually hurts the most wealthiest people. Anyways, I thought it would be a good idea to, bring back the top 5 with a little quick recap on what happened with DT. And so I recorded this the other day,
Unprecedented. That's what all the media is referring to this as. Former President Trump has been formally charged by a Manhattan grand jury of his quote-unquote peers. I mean, everything about this man in politics has been unprecedented, but this time a former president getting indicted and over hush payments to a stripper, definitely a first. Will this turn out to be another nothing burger? Time will tell. As Charlemagne said recently, though, the case seems weak as fuck. If you're out of the loop, Trump is being charged with campaign finance violations. How? Well, back in 2016, Stormy Daniels, the porn star, was going to give an interview about Donald paying to sleep with her. So they shut her up with dollars. Problem is, Trump's lawyer paid her directly, claimed it was a $130K donation to the campaign, and then Trump reimbursed him.
Sounds like they remixed your voice with Andrew Tate's.
So that was a weak example of something that is being referred to as voice cloning, and so that's the last story that I got today. So the real story is this: scammers are using voice clone technology to run scams. And, they love to take advantage of typically the most vulnerable folks in our population, which are our seniors, right? And so there was a crazy ass story that I saw of this mom who received a call from the cops saying that her son was arrested, that he was locked up, and it was a $30,000 bail to get him out, but they would accept $5,000 if they were able to get it to them within the next 24 hours. So she freaks out and asks if she could speak to her son. And so she does. And the son is like, yo, I'm stuck. I need help. Absolutely,
Crazy.
Follow what's going on. This mom works together with her husband, speaks again to the cops. The detectives call back. They tell her, it'd be better to actually, come to her and pick up the money directly. She puts the money together, hands this money over to a woman that looks like a detective, and she takes off. And, a few hours later, still concerned about what's up with her son. So she calls him, and this motherfucker's been at work all day long. No idea what the hell is going on. Yeah. And it was all AI voice cloning. And so first off, warn your fucking parents.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, I'm going to call my mom, like, listen, we're going to have a passphrase if I'm ever in trouble, and I'm going to say this passphrase because this shit is wild.
Abso-fucking-lutely. You know, passphrases, great idea. If that hasn't been established, you know, just call the person directly. Don't rely. I've always told my dad and my in-laws, you know, if you think there may be, if there's some wild shit happening and possibility of a scam, don't let anyone else forward you to someone else. Like, don't let other people make the connection. Always reach out yourself directly to, you know, if fucking Verizon calls you and says you owe $1,000 on your bill, like, what the fuck? How do I owe $1,000? Call Verizon. Like, all right, I'll deal with that. I got to deal with some shit now, and hang up on them, and then call Verizon directly and see what's going on. Anytime there's involved with the scam, always try to reach out to the source directly. But in this case, it's almost like you trust them more because, wait a minute, I mean, that sounds like my son, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's scary, man. And that's one of the reasons why now it's been the topic of conversation when it comes to AI for a little while now. And it's more so important than ever that there needs to be some sort of security when it comes to using AI.
Could just go copying anyone's voice.
Word.
It's wild.
You can copy anyone's voice for any reason. That's just one scary way to do it.
Yeah. It's so crazy how easy it is to copy one's voice. It's very easy.
Very easy.
Apparently, because I've gone ahead and tried to do this, right? So you just heard my little bullshit AI. And as I was... so obviously, if you didn't notice, that little news clip was not me. That was completely generated audio content based on just text that I inputted. Sounded a little bit like me, but it also sounded like Wak said, like it merged with someone else. Like it wasn't exactly like me. But as I used this tool a little bit more, I realized that you can provide it many, many samples and increase the stability of the quality. And I think we discussed between us, but it's been very popular recently, the song that was released by 20YSL and Atala, I believe is the name. But it was it's basically a song that really sounds like Jay-Z's on the track, but Jay-Z is not on the track at all. Alta, I'm sorry, that's the name. And so the song is called Savages. I'll play a little bit of it. They're not doing any grabs as far as demonetizing, but I mean...
Tell the young they can never become what they aspire to. Born in a cell with no one who can inspire you.
Your highs are never as high as those that lie to you.
Pretending that they live in the sky, lying behind your roof.
Shooting holes up at your ceiling, trying to find the proof, trying to fight the feeling, the truth.
Tied up like the noose they've been concealing.
Like, that fucking sounds like hope.
It does. It really does, yeah.
And that's scary as hell, because the more data that you feed these AIs, the more it's able to put a great, stable version together. And if you remember, Jay-Z released an entire album of acapellas for the Black Album.
More than enough.
So, more than enough data to continuously build on these models. We don't necessarily have a full Black Album of content, but we got a decent amount of content, and I own all the audio files. So I was able to build some interesting language models for the members of Insensitive Culture. And there's a couple of things I did. So I did a couple of things myself.
Dave's freaking out right
now. Let's see if this sounds to you like something somebody would say.
Okay, so this weekend I finally did it. I went ahead and just chopped my dick off. Now, I know it sounds ridiculous, but you gotta believe me on this one. There are benefits. Let me list them out for you. 1, you just pee sitting down, no big deal. 2, you no longer have to worry about jacking it. Just rub it a little and you nut quick. Like super quick, dude. And it's a huge gush of nut all over the place. I love it. And 3, no dick cancer. Boom, I win. A couple more weeks of this and I'll start thinking dicks taste like lollipops.
Oh, that's great. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I could hear it. I could hear it 100%.
That shit tracks. That's just.
This may also track.
All right. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another fantastic episode of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me. I'm the movie nerd, walkbuster, just hanging around the studio, missing my boy toy Dave. But it's all good. We'll be out in Cali soon, slamming pupusas, smoking J's, and just lounging. Crushing some in and out. You know how we do. Just trying to be upright citizens. By the way, I don't know what kind of crap Dave is smoking out there with the whole dick chop thing. That's just wild. Never, my guy. Although it might finally be a solution to the whole dick touching the toilet water thing. I'll reconsider.
Even your fucking AI voice on that big dick shit.
Oh, my God.
So I thought that was great. I thought these AIs are fucking ridiculous as far as accuracy, because you both could easily identify. And Danny, as the outstanding folk, was also able to see how it tracks.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That was.
Dave's was on point.
That was good.
Dave's was on,
Dave's was on point.
What
I
I
can see
noticed.
Dave actually coming and saying that shit.
Yeah.
I just did it.
Who wrote that? You wrote that, Johnny? You wrote that for me?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
What I noticed though with all of those is like at first it like really sounds like the person.
Yeah.
And then as it keeps talking, it just kind of gets further and further away from from sounding like, you know, like that person. But
yeah, and there's scales of you know, stability versus more emotion that you can throw in, as well as scales of sounding alike. But yeah, I played around with it a little bit, and I was like, all right, these are good enough. Like, I'm not gonna fucking sit here like try to Jay-Z the shit out of this. But then I I went and I said, man, I thought it would be really cool if you know, Watt gave me some lines for Dave to say.
Big clits, small dicks. It's all the same to me.
Or how about
Quentin Tarantino is a threat to Hollywood. He's just complete trash.
Oh, wow.
oh man.
Or
I'm just here to fuck thick Latinas and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
I would really say that.
Oh my God.
that might have been the best one for sure. But this is my favorite, and is probably gonna somehow end up on some sort of post or something, because there's a confession, you guys.
Uh-oh.
Hey, fellas, I need to get something off my chest. So I'm super worried about the DCU now with James Gunn at the helm. Without Zack Snyder's vision and guidance, I'm afraid that I just won't recognize these lovable characters. I mean, will Superman still be sexy as hell? We all know the Snyderverse has the best Joker of all time in Jared Leto, but even that seems to be gone. I've complained on every Facebook post I can find, but people are so mean to me. Please bring back the Snyderverse. And maybe I can have a chance to give Zach a big old smooch.
I wrote that. Great. I wrote that. That was.
I like it. I like it.
That's great. Yeah, this AI shit is
episode without James Gunn reference.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing writing these things. I got a lot of fucking shit I've deleted just because. Yeah, it's fun listening to you guys say the wildest ass shit. But be careful because shit could really be crazy out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've seen very popular in the last week was the Pope wearing the puffy jacket.
Yeah,
completely fake image.
Tight,
then the Jay-Z audio.
Yeah, that shit was fire though.
Yeah, he was fly. He was looking real fly. There's generative AI is what it's called. Is really gonna change what we do for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So
that's just where it is now.
Keep your jobs, guys.
Can you imagine that shit?
Imagine it in 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous, bro. And not only that, that's just the audio. Imagine the video stuff.
The deep fake shit, yeah.
It's all scary as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all going to be scary shit.
It's just getting started.
Word.
Anyways, I thought that was fun. So
that was very fun. Thank you for that. That was a treat.
Yeah, that was insane. That was good.
I want the audio clips. I want all those audio clips sent to the group chat. I need to listen to those.
The one, well, the one we couldn't really hear because y'all keep chopping up like from time to time, so we'll only hear like bits and pieces of some shit. It was the big clits, small dicks. It's all the same.
I was just about to replay that one.
Play it. Let's all be quiet. Let me hear it. Can you replay that?
Big clits, small dicks. It's all the same to me.
These computers, man, they're so gay.
Oh, shit.
All right. That's all I got for the news, guys.
News was lit.
News fun.
That was good stuff. All right. HOLLYWOO. News was lit. So I actually don't have too much stuff going on with HOLLYWOO, but let's start off with one of my favorite subjects, apparently, right? So James Gunn, James Gunn came out. Obviously, he's doing his run right now for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because that's going to be the last film that he has with Marvel before fully taking over DC and just devoting all of his time to that. When I guess there are some individuals who are worried about how he is going to attack Superman because he's both writing and directing Superman.
Is he going sexy?
No, this is fake. You're playing me right now, son. This is
you're
lying.
That's what he said.
He'll still be sexy. He'll still be sexy, dog. Don't worry.
No. He said Superman. Will have a quite different tone from Guardians of the Galaxy. because that's what people are comparing it to, and so everyone's very vocal about how he can really fuck that up. But he came out and said that it's just gonna have a totally different tone.
Which we were worried about. I think we had mentioned
it.
on a show that, you know, all we've ever really gotten from James Gunn has been like half comedy, half action.
Yeah.
Is that what Superman's going to be like? So I'm glad to hear him say it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. He said that he did praise Marvel, saying that he learned so much from making those movies, and that he pretty much, you know, that a lot of he was worried when doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3, mainly because Endgame, just kind of the way that it ended with Guardians and Thor and everything. He had signed on to do the third Guardians like a couple of months before Endgame released, and then when it released and he saw the ending, he was like, well, fuck, like, what the fuck am I gonna do with that? like shit. He was like, 'cause originally I wasn't gonna put Thor regardless. Like, I wasn't gonna put Thor in the movie. So when Taika took over and did Thor: Love and Thunder, kind of just he took that weight off of my shoulders, because that wasn't gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So, but he says that. And obviously they asked him a lot of stuff about that, about Marvel and whatnot. But I think the biggest takeaway is just like he's just looking forward to really diving into DC and giving it his full attention. So I can't wait for this Guardians to drop, and then see what we can, you know, what we're gonna get from James Gunn over at DC. And he better make fucking Superman extremely sexy. He better do that.
I feel like Gunn is sort of living in that.
This is the way.
You know, like the end of the school year, especially like your senior year, when you know you're out, nothing really matters. Like, you're dipping. So like I feel like that's where he is in the MCU right now, where he's just going through the motions, you know, promoting his shit, and he doesn't really give a shit. Like, he's ready to move on. He's ready to start his next job and do his thing. So that's got to feel a little liberating for him, because he's sort of been, I mean, I don't want to say trapped, because trapped sort of has a negative connotation to it, but he's sort of, you know, he's been trapped in the MCU for a long time now, and it's got to feel good to break away and tell different stories, different characters, different vibes, all that. He's got to be pumped.
Yeah.
And be in complete control.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We've said it before. We've seen other projects that he was a part of, where it had nothing to do with comedy. It had nothing to do with any of those things, and those movies are like really good. So
yeah,
I'm holding on to just like those, especially like Brightburn, which is a good testament of like with him being a producer and just kind of overseeing certain things, like, and just putting it in the hands of other writers and directors.
Yeah,
he can really shine to, you know, as far as like giving that creative vision on this is where we're going, this is how it's all gonna intertwine, and this is how we're, you know, and this is how we're moving forward with all of these things in mind. So I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the first few projects.
Yeah.
Honestly, we just need a few things that just hit it out of the fucking ballpark, so that we can really be excited for these projects. And instead of having all of the haters, well, there's always going to be haters, but instead of having a majority of haters just talking shit off of nonsense, we can all unify like we did for Marvel, and just like really be excited for some dope ass fucking DC projects for once. Mm-hmm. Other than Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Batman, but like,
I do love Batman.
But you gotta you gotta move to somebody else. I'm glad they're starting with Superman though. Like, that's DC right there. You gotta nail Superman. Mm-hmm. He's gotta be the one. Yeah.
Right. And the fact that he's writing and directing it, and you know the route that he's going with it, I can't wait to see that one specifically.
It's gonna be a film with a lot of heart. That's just how I'm thinking it's gonna be.
Yep.
He said that. Think we'll get a Superman announcement as far as casting for Kal-El?
Fall?
Of this year? You think we'll get one this year?
I'd like to think so. I don't think that's
When does Flash come
unreasonable.
Is this supposed to come out next year, right? Next summer?
What, Superman?
Yeah.
2025.
Oh, damn.
Expected July of
we got time.
2025.
Maybe,
So
maybe spring of next year then, spring
Okay,
of 24.
yeah. And
I think he said that he's already written the script. The script is done.
yeah.
And now that he's decided, he's waiting to get past all of the Guardians and everything, and then from there, he said currently he's putting together a cast list, as well as the here, there's a quote on it here. He's looking to get a cast list, and he's working on the audition content.
Okay.
So all of that is being put together now. I will probably hear something near the fall. That's my best guess.
D23, you think?
I think it's possible. I think it's possible. He could be playing us and already knows who he has in mind, and you know what I mean? So
Fair.
Michael Rooker.
yeah, Michael Rooker. I'm Superman, y'all.
He's got to be his dad.
That would be good. All right, let's see. So since we're talking about DC, one of the bigger things that we really are looking forward to, and we said it, Batman. We're talking about The Batman, Part 2. So it's a big rumor right now. Oh shit! I just saw the Doge. It's a big rumor right now that the villain for the Batman Part 2 is going to be Clayface, and it's an interesting character because of the world that they built.
Yes, it's realism, and he's very fantasy.
Yep. So
Right.
a lot of people are trying to figure out how that would be pulled off, but there's been some dope renderings, like artist renderings that people put out there that can make it look like they can make it work, where he just has like this because he morphs and shit, right? Kind of like Sandman, right? In Marvel. So maybe if they tone down the actual like morphing shit and just like make him look Clay-esque, like his features could possibly be, but
If I'm not mistaken, his character has a lot to do with theater, like I think like theater actor or something like that. I believe.
I don't know.
So
I
they
can't.
might go more that route with it or something.
Probably,
Like that.
because there's, I guess there are a few different versions of the character, and there's possibly like one or two in the comics that might work with this. And if that is the truth, I'm pretty sure that Matt Reeves already has an idea on how he would make that work and make this obscure character, this obscure villain, really stand out. I'm down for it. I don't hate it.
Something new,
Not Matt.
something different.
Yeah.
It's on different characters.
Yeah. Something new characters, not just Joker. Go ahead, Johnny.
I was just saying, my familiarity with Clayface is really from the Harley Quinn show.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever really saw Clayface in anything else. Maybe in another like Batman movie,
The animated series,
the
yeah.
DC
Pretty much.
animated movies.
Maybe the video games, and that's about it. Like,
Yeah, I remember him from the animated series.
I don't even
some
remember
episodes.
him in the animated series.
Yeah, I remember that.
how is he in the Harley Quinn? How is he portrayed? Kind of.
Well, I mean, the whole Harley Quinn show is very goofy.
Okay.
And so he's probably the most goofiest of all the characters. And does a lot of the when you said like the theater stuff, like he does a lot of operatic stuff, and he's always trying to like build himself as he does the, it's usually like some sort of heist or something per episode. And so his part in the role is usually like, he's like trying to study the character that he's going to play, and transform into, and hijinks ensue, as they say.
Okay.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, I can see that fit into it. Like,
yeah. It's just a matter of how like the overall look of the character and the mutations and everything like that.
Into that Matt Reeves universe that's so grim and so, gritty. I've seen those renderings that you say. Based on those renderings, I'm like, he has more of a Swamp Thing vibe.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that plays into what the true story on the comic books is like.
Yeah, I can see it being something where he's like more of a chameleon, kind of like those AI things where you just pretending to be someone and you never know who he is and where he's coming from. But it's a matter of it's the realism of that world, and how far, how realistic Matt Reeves actually wants the world to be, because you can be realistic in this world. And the first one probably didn't have everything that they're, that they need for that or whatever. And he can introduce that in this one. Like, there is some level of fantasy to go with the realism. And I think that blend would be dope, rather than the Chris Nolan take, where everything is just has to follow these rules. I think just like a small blend of that would be dope. But Matt Reeves delivered with the first one, so I have no reason to believe that he won't deliver with this one.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering, I haven't heard anything on the Arkham Asylum series or anything like that, so I'm hoping that that's still in play. I know Penguin's still coming out. We're still getting
I
Penguin
think
soon.
they said all of them are still in play except for the Gotham PD one.
Yeah.
That one got canceled.
As a matter of fact, a while back we did talk about how the Penguin show is supposed to possibly set up the Arkham show nicely. So, or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Let's see. What do we have? So we talked about previously that there is a prequel to It that will be debuting on HBO. I really enjoyed the It series.
Same.
I think HBO. Obviously, with The Last of Us and everything, like, they knock shit out of the fucking park. I think this is going to be a really dope show. However, at this moment, Bill Skarsgard said that he is not involved in any way. So I'm interested to see how that goes, what this new Pennywise would do, and how he would play that character. Because honestly, I think it was Bill Skarsgard. What he did with Pennywise that really made that shine and made it very creepy and eerie. And the fact that they're saying that this is just a prequel to those films, obviously, it could be just a prequel in general. I guess not necessarily to those films. But I'm both excited for it and then still like hoping that they do Pennywise right. But when they asked him, this is the direct quote from Bill Skarsgård. He said, "As of now, I'm not currently involved with it. If someone else gets to do it, my advice would be do it your own." It says, "Do it your own. Make it your own. Have fun with it. What I found pleasurable about the character is how abstract he was." So he's pretty much just saying, "Yeah, don't copy my shit. Like, don't copy me. Just make it your own fucking Pennywise." But I have a feeling that person's probably just going to copy his Pennywise.
Did Bill Skarsgård copy the Tim Curry Pennywise? Because I don't think
so.
I didn't watch it,
I
the
don't think so.
original, like old school one, and I don't know how different the Pennywises were.
I don't think he did. No, I never watched the older ones either.
Oh,
but
okay.
even from like the small clips that I've seen,
Yeah.
it didn't seem like he copied them at all.
Okay. Good for. I was gonna say because if he just copied Tim Curry and then he's like, "Don't copy me, do your own shit," like, that's kind of fucked, dude. What are you talking about? You just ripped off Tim Curry.
Right.
I got to go back and watch the original.
But
Original, yeah.
another
That's-
tidbit we talked about too, still since we're talking about Bill Skarsgård, is the fact that Bill Skarsgård is going to be starring in a reboot of The Crow, and
that's right.
I really like that casting. I think he would do that role justice. Bill Skarsgård, honestly, like he's becoming one of my favorite actors in Hollywood. He just that family just does not miss, bro.
Yeah.
Extremely talented.
Very,
Yeah.
very talented.
Yeah.
Family.
Word. But yeah, no, that family is incredibly talented. I'm liking everything that he comes out in. I'm looking forward to him in John Wick 4. He's one of the reasons why I'm watching it, obviously, other than Keanu, and that series is just dope. But I don't know. But
who is he playing? John Wick. I didn't know he was in John Wick.
He's the
John
villain.
Wick 4,
He's the
right?
villain.
John Wick 4, the new one.
Oh, he's the villain in John Wick 4. Okay.
Yeah. And he's
a dick in the movie too.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays a good one. And then we saw what was the horror movie that came out this past year with the Airbnb, the Airbnb movie. Y'all remember?
No.
I forgot the name. I'll find it. But where he actually like you don't know if he's a bad
the one
guy.
that he's like crawls in a tunnel or some shit.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
Where he
I
was.
remember we talked about it on the show, but I didn't watch it.
Well, no, because in that movie he played like Barbarian is the name of the movie. He plays a role where you're not sure if he's good, you're not sure if he's bad, and you're just like trying to weigh like, wait, what's going on here? You know, like you're waiting for him to like attack because we're used to him playing a bad guy, and he's just like being this sincere dude. At least he's coming off sincere, and so like I just saw him playing a role outside of the things that he was attached to previously, and I'm just like, yo, this dude is like really fucking good with just like even that, like, you know, if he was in a drama, I'd be down for that, because you know I like my girly movies and shit, so
we know.
Yeah, and that episode of Yesteryear that he was on too, he fucking murdered it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. You've seen that episode at least 1,000 times, Dave.
You know it. I'm going through right now.
Oh man. So I look forward to that too. I think it'll kill the Crow. In later news now, I don't know how I feel about this, but a new Harry Potter series is in development at HBO Max. It will be each season will be based on a different book. So we're going to get all of the Harry Potter movies in series form, but HBO Max. So it could be good. It could not. Like, I don't know. They're hit or miss at HBO Max. If it was HBO, then I'd be like, this is going to be dope. This is going to fuck.
Right.
But HBO Max is like, all right. I'll still watch it. I'll still give it a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we need that much more Harry Potter, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Definitely don't.
We have a lot of fucking Harry Potter content.
That game
And
too.
now we're
That
just-
game that just came out. That
game, yeah. That game,
Oh,
is
that
big.
game looks tight,
Still.
honestly. And I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I've seen a few of
Yeah.
the movies, but like the game looks like it's a fun fucking time.
People are sharing a lot of shit from that. They're loving that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, it's PS5, right?
Yeah. I think the PS4
Yeah.
version drops sometime soon, maybe the end of this month, beginning of May, something like that. Nah, probably. I mean, I wouldn't cop it brand new for what, $60, $70, whatever new PS5 games are going for. But you know, when that shit goes on like the summer sale next year for like $20, I'll scoop that bitch up because it looks like there's a lot of content in there. It's a pretty in-depth game as far as the Harry Potter world goes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll cop the Harry Potter game. I've been playing a lot of different games. I
know
caught a small deal. It was like $6 for 3 Batman games.
Oh, the Arkham games?
The Arkhams.
Yeah, because I'd never played them. I think I watched you play a couple of them, but I'd never actually played them. So
those are very beloved games in the DC gaming community. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm starting to play those. I played some. I think I'm still getting through Uncharted 4 or some shit. So
Nice.
I don't know. Playing some small stuff. Harry Potter, I don't know if it will make that, but maybe down the road when it's not $60.
Exactly. That's my thing. It's very rare, honestly, that I buy a brand new game these days. Like it really has to be special. Something that
it
I've
has
been
to be
pumped
great.
for. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so more rumors. Apparently that the Thunderbolts for in the MCU, it's one of the movies that we're iffy on. We don't know if we really want to watch a fucking Thunderbolts movie.
Yeah. Right.
It's getting a little exciting that it's seeming like it's possibly the Incredible Hulk 2.
That's just gonna be lit.
Yeah, it probably is gonna be fucking fire.
Yeah.
But they're saying that that it sets the stage for the X-Men's debut.
That makes sense. Weapons Plus, Weapons X program, the Hulk, all that. Captain America, I'm sure it's gonna all tie in together.
Yep.
That'd be interesting.
Fuck yeah.
So that's probably why it's it is a bigger deal than I think people are realizing.
Might get Wolverine.
We might get a Wolverine sooner than later. I'm thinking Wolverine. Like
you gotta let the Deadpool shit come out first and see.
I think it's gonna coincide, man, because they already said that it's a multiverse movie. So
and we know Mobius is in
correct
the Deadpool movie.
Right? Yep. Yeah. So if it's a multiverse movie, we get one version of of Wolverine with Hugh Jackman.
Maybe the newer version.
We might get the newer. Yeah, exactly. If not like just prior to where he shows up in that movie, or that's where he's introduced in that movie. So I'm thinking so because Hugh Jackman is not going to. Everybody just kind of is moving forward, thinking like, yes, he's gonna keep being Wolverine. I don't think that's
like
it.
The only one that's like not excited about that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about him being Wolverine anymore. Let's move the fuck on
yeah. I mean, I'm happy to see him do it one more time with Deadpool
and their interaction with each other the whole movie. That's just
probably. Probably.
Sorry for being negative. My bad.
No, you're good. That's your opinion on it. I don't know. It's not like it's not making or breaking it.
No,
for me,
I mean, it'll be
you know what I mean. But I think we're already worried about Deadpool in the MCU and how that's going to play out. You know, like so they have to throw in something like Hugh Jackman being in there to really make people excited. But the fact that it's the first rated R MCU movie, like we don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
And to be honest, like part 2 was good. Like I enjoyed it, but you could tell like it was slipping. It was you know what I mean? It was slipping. It didn't quite have exactly what the first one had. Right. And who knows what it would have been if it stood, like if Fox still owned it. But we'll see. I'm very hopeful on that. But I'm hoping we get a new Wolverine by that time too. So we haven't heard anything about Spawn in quite some time. And we've been just hoping that things have, still Jamie Foxx is going to be playing Spawn and all that. That was the last information that we heard from it, like a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So yeah, it's been so long that everybody kind of forgot about Jamie Foxx and all of that. So, but I guess Todd McFarlane came out and he revealed that the movie is actually going to get a bigger budget than even he expected, because there was a lot of excitement around it, with A-list talent attached. So, it is Jamie Foxx is no longer on the list for that. At least on.
So they're going bigger than Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, apparently so.
Damn.
He's not attached. He's not attached to the IMDb page anymore or anything.
Interesting. That's
So,
kind of a diss to Jamie
but
Foxx,
he came out
right?
said that it's going to be some A-list actors attached to it.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, probably Michael B. Jordan. Maybe Jordan B. Washington. Who knows?
Only the real ones know what that is.
Yeah.
I could see the dude who played King, Jonathan Majors, actually being
yeah, I could see that too if he fucking.
What happened?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he could just recreate the choke slams he did on this lady. He'd be good.
Damn.
You said what happened with that?
Yeah, I didn't pay much. I just remember that happened. They said they were going to clear his name. And I don't remember what happened after all that.
Yeah, so it's like on the fence. Like everyone is torn, right? It's like, did he not? There was supposedly a bunch of evidence claiming like that he wasn't, that he didn't do it, and then we still haven't seen a video. Like a video of him not hitting this woman would vindicate him of everything. That, although it was mentioned, has never surfaced.
Yep.
So, and then he released some text messages with her that that doesn't quite say he didn't do it. Actually, if you read through the text messages,
admits fault. She says it's her fault that this all happened.
She made him choke her ass out.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm getting from it. Is like, it's my fault he choked me.
That's some battered woman syndrome.
Pretty
right
much.
there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because she pretty much stated like, it was my fault. I reached for his phone. Like, yeah, like that doesn't mean that it's your fault though that you reach for his phone and then he beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's still in the air. But the internet is doing what they're doing, and everyone chose a side very early on. Within 48 hours, everything started releasing, like vindicating him almost on that shit. And it seems like it fucking worked, because less and less people are talking about it. More people are backing him up. So really what happened, if you really want to ask me, Disney said, motherfucker, we have a lot on your...
right now.
She got a bag, so she's keeping quiet. She's recanting everything. And they're trying to just like make it disappear. They're swiping it under the rug. And that's really what it seems like is happening. But...
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and
that's what's happened with that.
So here we are.
Yeah. So and they need to do that like before Loki season 2 drops, because
for all this shit, this whole damn saga.
I mean, for everything, but
whole phase.
Really, season 2 of Loki is dropping like within another couple months. Do we know when that drops?
Was this
I know
summer?
we're getting secret.
It's this summer for sure. I think it might be June or July.
Right after Secret Invasion, and Secret Invasion is in June.
Yeah, so then July.
So they need to really make that shit disappear before that happens.
Word.
Because we're gonna see a lot of Jonathan Majors.
Honestly, it's worse than if like Josh Brolin would have gotten into the same bullshit right after Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would have been bad, but I don't think anyone would have cared that much if Thanos would have been switched up.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't really him. But as you mentioned on the previous episode, we've seen, 100 versions of Kang as Jonathan Majors now.
Yeah.
It'd be wild to replace him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure Disney's lawyers are all over this shit.
I mean, it is the multiverse, though. You can always
You can
play
explain
it off
it
on
away
some bullshit. Yeah,
for sure, but
easily.
the fans won't eat it.
No,
I
no.
don't think.
Not at all.
Let's see. I don't really have much more. Looks like let's see. We heard a little while ago that I think it's David Lindelof. It was no longer. What's up?
Did you say Damon Lindelof?
No, I said David. Wasn't it David or is it Damon?
It's Damon.
Damon. Okay, so Damon Lindelof was removed from being attached to a Star Wars movie. And he's been replaced with one of the writers of the Peaky Blinders. So I fuck with Peaky Blinders.
Oh, we all
fuck with Peaky Blinders. Yeah. So that might be a positive thing.
Yeah.
I think we can. I like anything with Star Wars that just doesn't have to do with the main story. I'm tired of the main story already.
What is this? This is a film?
Yes, for a new movie.
Okay. And not Skywalker related.
We're not sure, but I believe that moving forward, I mean, there's got to be like Mandalorian and all that shit is still dealing with the Skywalker saga.
I mean, tie-ins, but not
directly related.
Correct.
Not like, Rey is fucking Palpatine's granddaughter or whatever.
Correct. Yeah. Well, there's not much information on this film other than Damon Lindelof was attached
Will
and
not
is
be
being
directing. That's all.
And he's being replaced by one of the writers of the Peaky Blinders. So
they saw how Lindelof bailed on Watchmen, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't want this pussy handling our franchise."
Yeah, but that shit was great.
The best.
He just bailed on this one earlier.
Exactly.
All right, last piece of information. It's probably not important at all. It was interesting to me, but Ryan Coogler is reviving the X-Files with a quote unquote a diverse cast. So it's like, why can't we just make good projects, man?
He's trying to be Jordan Peele, trying to do his whole fucking. What was the show Jordan Peele came back and like narrated? And,
Twilight Show?
Twilight Show.
Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, yep.
Twilight
That's what this
Show.
feels like. Twilight Zone.
Twilight Show. Nice.
Yeah.
We don't want
that. I would have zero problem with it if it wasn't announced.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I'm redoing it to have a more diverse cast.
Just do it. Just have a more
Just
diverse
do it
cast.
and have a more diverse cast.
Well,
he wants
to be
a
honest,
pat on the back. He's like, "Oh yeah, Ryan Coogler, you're doing
It
a
wasn't-
good job."
it actually wasn't Ryan Coogler that released this. It was the X-Files creator. His name is Chris Carter.
Whoever.
Yeah, he teased it on there, and he came out. He was on a podcast, and he was asked about that, and he said, "I just spoke to a young man, Ryan Coogler, who is going to remount the X-Files with a diverse cast. So he's got his work cut out for him." So, but yeah, I agree. I just don't. I don't like when they just.
Why did he have to say? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that must have been part of Ryan Coogler's pitch.
Yeah.
If this dude has making, like, if that's his statement, is like, oh yeah, someone's bringing it back. It's actually a young man by the name, a young man.
He's like 40.
Right. But you know, I feel like they.
I don't know how old Ryan
they
Coogler
do
is.
that a lot when you know, black folks do well for themselves. Now they're a young man.
That was a young. Yes.
You know. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't like when they announce it. It's just
it must have been part of his pitch for this guy to have attached it so much to that. And he's like, oh no, I love that. Yeah, we totally need to redo this with a diversity and inclusion. Yeah, let's get some, you know, make sure we go throw some LGBTQ in this as well. And it's just like, just do it. Don't announce it. Like, don't mention. Don't make that a part of the pitch. Like, just fucking do it, because at the end of the day, you're just trying to normalize these things, right? To normalize it,
you got to do it.
Means to just fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's not normal if you fucking announce yourself into every place you go. Just fucking walk in.
Yeah, that's my problem with a lot of these movies and shows nowadays, man. They just need to fucking focus on just creativity. Like, let's just make a fucking good show, make a good fucking movie, and no one will know. Like, they didn't announce that for The Watchmen, and it was just a great fucking show.
Right.
We got a season of that. No one said, like, this is going to be a No, it just came out. The cast was whoever the cast was, and it was great. It was amazing.
Would you guys rather have a fire-ass show with a non-diverse cast, or a okay, mediocre show with a super diverse cast?
I just want a fucking bomb-ass show.
Facts.
It doesn't, like,
facts.
Just, yeah. Mm-hmm. Those are bold statements coming from you, Dave, but I'll give you that pass. That's fine.
I wanted to hear what you thought. Danny, what do you think?
No, we agree.
Yeah, I agree with him.
I know.
We agree. Like, yeah, just give me a fucking fire ass show. Like, honestly,
give me a fire ass show, and
good story,
hopefully there's a diverse cast. I mean,
right?
You can't possibly do much of a diverse cast in a show like Succession. Pretty non-diverse type of show. So yeah, whatever. But I obviously prioritize story above all.
Yeah.
And if you can throw in diversity and you know, make sure that it's a part of it, I would prefer that. I don't want to see shows that are 1,000% white, but at the same time,
like Succession.
Sometimes, yeah, shows like Succession are good, or shows like Sons of Anarchy is mostly a not diverse cast.
Hey, what about the Mayans?
Until you threw in the Mayans.
The Mayans.
I sound like the producer. I'm the producer of the show.
Pope.
But the Mayans were the villains. They were villains.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
I mean, but they're all villains. Even the sons are villains.
They are.
True that.
They're all bad.
But they're the anti-heroes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The anti-hero shit. It only depends on who the camera's pointed at the majority of the time.
Right.
Right.
It's all about that writing.
It is. That's all I really had, though. That's all I had for this episode. Do you guys have anything to add? My bad. To the stellar conversation.
There we go. No, I do not.
No, the only thing I have to add is
I just want to say I love you guys. This was another great episode. If you need me to sub in for Walk, I'm available. Just text me. I'm here to serve. I know it might be weird at first, but trust me, we'll make it work. I'll do what's necessary. I'll suck your D.
Yo, that AI is thirsty.
Oh shit.
Well, on that note, for sure, Guys, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the podcast. If you made it this far, that means you fuck with us, and you had to pay attention to Johnny being a total asshole over there with the AI. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the show wherever you are listening to the show. And if you are watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, tell us how much you loved or hated the fucking show, because it does matter to us, okay?
Put it on a shirt if you hate it. Put it on a shirt.
Yeah, go put it on. We'll put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt.
Danny, thank you for coming on to the episode.
Word.
I wish we had more alcohol, because then you probably would be more talkative and just like
maybe.
And remember, if you wanted to cop some merch, go to insensitivemerch.com and cop you some gear. Stay drippy with Drippy. Other than that, peace.
Peace.